before we get into the video, I just need you to know, I know that I look like shit right now. Please don't tell me in the comments. I do not want to break my not crying in quarantine streak. Hi. What's up, you guys? It's your girl Carly. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. If you're new here, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. I post videos every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I would love to see you in the next one. Today, you guys, I'm very excited. If you guys follow me on TikTok, which you should, I will put it right here. You guys have seen the phenomenon of whipped coffee. I don't drink coffee. Coffee's not really my thing. I've been seeing whipped coffee frickin' everywhere, and it's so cool, and I decided I wanted to try it today. So upon further research, the internet has told me it's like dalgona, something or other coffee. It's like a Korean coffee, and basically what it is, it's whipped coffee and sugar together with water, and then you pour it over your milk, and it just is supposed to work. Do I have faith that it will work for me? Not really, but we're gonna try it. I also thought it would be fun to spice it up. I'm going to try to make a whipped matcha because, I mean, I love matcha. I love a matcha moment. And I feel like because we're using instant coffee and matcha is kind of the same consistency, that it might work. So I have all my ingredients here. I have coffee, I have sugar, I've got 2 glasses because we are making 2 different kinds, and then I have milk in the fridge, and I'm gonna throw some ice cubes in there. But the one thing that we do need is hot water, so I'm gonna just throw one of these mason jars with some water into the microwave to get it nice and toasty for our whipping. So that is boiling and it is very hot, so let's get into it. First thing I'm gonna do is take this tablespoon and throw in the coffee. This is literally just 1 tablespoon of instant coffee, 1 tablespoon of sugar. This is just regular sugar. I do have coconut sugar as well that I think I'm gonna try with the matcha. We'll see if it fails or not. And then also, ooh, that's a little hot, just 1 tablespoon of hot water. Okay, this is looking right, okay? This is kind of where we're at with the situation. Everything's mixing together. Let's get it going. Update. I definitely at first did not think that it would work at all. This is kind of the consistency we're working with though. It kind of is like cake batter. I wouldn't consider this like 100% whipped yet. I did whip it on a fairly low setting at first, and then the more that I like raised the setting on my hand mixer, the more whipped it got. So I think I'm gonna do a full 5 whip situation, whip this for a couple minutes and see what happens. I think my water was hot enough, so let's see. Okay, this looks a lot more promising. So I'm going to grab the milk really quick and some ice cubes and throw it in there and see if we can make this a stick. Normally I use coconut milk, but recently I've been doing cashew milk. And honestly, it's been a regret. It's kind of been a mistake, but what can you do? The concept I think I really like about whipped coffee is that you add all your sweetener and stuff to the coffee instead of like adding it all afterwards, if that makes sense. So I don't know, it could be promising. I don't really actually like coffee that much, so anything could happen. I have this little baby here, which I feel like will get me the most out of my whipped coffee situation. This kind of has the consistency of like peanut butter. It kind of also looks like peanut butter. It very much so tastes like coffee, which I mean, it makes sense because it's coffee, but like, I just don't like coffee that much, but I had to try this. This is where we're currently at with the situation. You can see it's doing the thing. Like, it's supposed to sit on top of this coffee. So it's kind of like a coffee syrup situation. I don't know. I've never watched far enough into the TikTok videos to see whether you're supposed to just like keep it like this or like mix it together, but I have a feeling you're supposed to mix it, so it's sticking to my straw. Don't fail me now. Somebody please tell me if I was supposed to mix this. I also have a feeling I'm really gonna hate it because it looks very strongly coffee. This is what it looks like after I'm done mixing it. It looks like a regular iced coffee. It looks like, honestly, there's too much coffee in it for my personal taste, but I lied, it's actually pretty good. Except for the fact, like, it's all over my straw. So the first official verdict of this whole situation is that I feel like even after mixing it, the coffee is still very much so on the top. I feel like when I drink from the top, I can feel like the whipped coffee texture, but when I drink from the bottom, I can kind of feel more of like the actual just the milk. Does that make sense? Overall, it doesn't taste bad. It just tastes like a normal iced coffee, but I don't really like coffee that much, so I'm very excited we're going to move on to the matcha situation because I'm sure that'll be a million times better for me. So for this one, all I'm gonna do, this is just like a mint matcha. It's nothing too crazy or too special. I'm actually gonna, we'll just use this. I'm gonna pour a tablespoon into here just so I don't have excess water. Pop this in here, 1 tablespoon of hot water. I'm gonna pop my one little hand mixer on here. Originally, I thought I was gonna do coconut sugar, but because the first round didn't really go the best, I just don't wanna mess it up. So I'm gonna throw a tablespoon of sugar into this water. And last but not least, throw a tablespoon of matcha into our situation as well. I don't know if you can actually whip other things than coffee. I guess this will be a learning experience for all of us. This is what I'm working with right now. It doesn't really look the best. It's just matcha, hot water, and sugar in here. I'm gonna go in, we're gonna try this whip in the cup situation and see what happens. Okay, so far this is not working. It's still very much like a watery consistency. And maybe that's because you can't whip matcha. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take some of this instant coffee. I'm going to put a little bit of it in here. I've thrown a tablespoon, not even, like a little bit under a tablespoon of instant coffee in here. I'm just gonna swirl it around and hope for the best. I don't know if you can see that, but like it is still just super watery and also doesn't really look that well mixed. Like it still is pretty like thick. It also tastes bad. I don't understand how this thing can get whipped with a hand mixer and still have clumps. Maybe it's not enough water. You know what? In an attempt to save this, I'm gonna throw some cashew milk in here. And I'm going to mix this on the lowest setting. Maybe it's just because there's not enough liquid. So the goal for this was not to whip it, but to make it a little bit more drinkable. And this is currently where we're at. I don't know if, let me get a new straw. I honestly am unsure how this is going to taste. Okay, it was very good at first, but there's still just like coffee chunks everywhere. I don't really absolutely love that, to be completely honest. However, coffee aside, this matcha latte is like one of the best matcha lattes I think I've ever had. And I think it has to do with the fact that we like literally hand mixed it and put sugar and stuff in it before we added milk. I think that might be like the gem, the goal towards the whole thing is to do your coffee or your tea mixtures first and then do your milk later. Because normally like what I do is milk first and then coffee, and maybe that just isn't the key because truthfully, both of these are very good. This one could probably use a little bit more sugar for my taste. However, it did what it was supposed to do. It whipped up, it did well, and it did not fail like the matcha one, but both of them are honestly very good ice drinks. Taste-wise, I'm gonna have to say the matcha wins out just because I don't really like coffee, but if this had a little bit more sugar in it and just maybe even like one of those like flavor situations, it would be so good. Actually, give me a second. I bought this from my supplement store a long time ago and it is English Toffee Stevia, which normally I would just add a little bit more sugar, but since we're already in the coffee situation, the likelihood of this absorbing more sugar is probably pretty minimal, so I like the liquid option because it just stirs up in here. Oh my god, oh my god. This is the best thing I have ever tasted in my life. Oh my god! This English Toffee Stevia situation literally completely changed the entire taste of this coffee, and now I am obsessed. And it's stevia, so there's no like actual bad sugars in it. So what I think I might do for my next round of whipped coffee is do half a tablespoon of everything and then go ahead and add in the stevia after, because truly it's life-changing. This is so freaking good. Now that we have the English toffee, I'm gonna say the coffee wins out in the showdown. That is it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below. I post videos every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I would love to see you in the next one. Bye! Mwah.